I was reading an article that you gave an interview in about 5 years ago, and you said that, there have been times when you've been on stage and you tell the whole audience, I have to go home, give my kids a bath now, goodbye. How are you able to balance your work and life now?
Well, that's true. And, I'm actually very skeptical of anyone who says, I work 80 hours a week. And I'm like, are you really working 80 hours a week? Or are you just kind of going through the motions 80 hours a week? I found that if I really focus on what I'm doing, you can get a ton done. And if you're really kind of a mercenary with your time, you're like, hey, does that meeting have to be 60 minutes? Maybe it could be 30 minutes. Maybe it could be 20 minutes. And you're really focused, you can do a lot. And then you actually can be more productive if you have other things you're working on to energize. And I learned this to some degree from my first boss in the hedge fund world, which is ironic because most people imagine hedge funds is all work and no play and all that type of stuff. And I was right out of business school. I was super thankful to have this job. And I was like, Dan, I'm going to keep working. And he's like, no, Sal, you got to go home. And I'm like, no, I'll work from home. And he's like, no, Sal, our job as investors isn't to just work ourselves to death, because then we're just going to have bad judgment. We're going to make a bunch of bad decisions. Our job is to avoid bad decisions and only make a handful of good decisions a year. If we do that, our investors are going to be very happy and we're going to be very successful. And so today, I believe that Khan Academy is better off the more time and energy that I'm able to also put into other things. It broadens my aperture. And if my family suffers because of Khan Academy, at the end of the day, Khan Academy is going to suffer because I'm going to get burned out. I'm going to get lost. I'm going to get diluted. I'm going to get diluted. It's just not a good situation you want to be in.